I hope they have Grogu there. If they
Just
don't,
a Grogu pan.
if they don't have Grogu the puppet there, I will cry.
Is it an hour with Grogu and it's just the puppet sitting there, like
Just
doing
eating
puppet
eggs.
things, making puppet noises,
I'll pay
and you're screaming like it's the Beatles?
the money we have to see that puppet.
Oh man.
They could do a photo op with him. I mean,
Yeah.
like that's honestly the safest thing.
I will cry. I will cry.
I don't know if they'd let people stand that close to the $1 million puppet, but I mean,
I'll wear gloves. I'll
hazmat suit.
From a galaxy not too far from here, this is Going Rogue. I am Andrew Dimalanta.
Oh, and I'm Nicki Dimalanta.
We're back. It's been like a year since we did one of these.
We used to back.
We already. But thank you for joining us on this episode. We're gonna have a whole list of interviews coming up. A lot of talents that a lot of you are probably familiar with, some that you're not too familiar with. But yeah, we're on a road to celebration, and what better way to start our road to celebration? Sorry, as my phone goes off.
Oh, you're so popular.
With Alex and Mollie Damon of Star Wars Explained. We finally got them on a Star Wars show.
Oh my god.
Not on another one that
Hello.
we
Oh my
will.
God.
Yeah. But how are you guys doing?
Good. Yeah, you texted me and you were like, do you want to talk Star Wars Celebration with us? And I mean, I thought you meant like a schmodown at the Star Wars Celebration. Like, how is this related to the schmodown? Like, no, just Star Wars.
No, just talking Star Wars.
And then you were like, wait, why do we need to schedule this? Oh, it's a podcast.
Yeah, I thought you just wanted to talk about Celebration.
Yeah. Before we get into the celebration talk, I don't think we've ever really had this conversation with you guys, at least on camera. Is how did you get into Star Wars? Where's your Star Wars journey begin?
This is well rehearsed at this
Loaded
point.
question. I'm sure you've
Probably
heard
been
this
asked
10
a
million
million times. Yeah.
I was 8 and I was downtown in downtown Atlanta. And I don't know why still to this day, but there was literally just a dude dressed as Darth Vader walking around. I have to assume it was around Dragon Con time. And so I asked my dad, who's that? And he told me who it was. And I specifically remember him saying that Darth Vader can lift a man up by his neck with one hand and crush his windpipe. And I was like,
Wow.
I have to see that. Looking back, I'm like, why did he go with that? But it got me excited. And so we went home and watched the VHS they had taped off of TBS. And
Nice.
that was it. I was obsessed.
Was your first one A New Hope?
Yeah. I don't think I even knew there were sequels for a while because I just kept on watching that over and over, and they were like happy to let me burn myself out. They're like, let's see how long we can just let him think there's one before we
have to find the
show
other
him
ones.
the other two.
Yeah,
That's smart.
It's a lot like my experience with. I don't know if you wore the tapes out like I did. There's a certain part of Return of the Jedi, like when Jar Jar's meeting with Vader, and I can tell you if you ever watch them together, I can tell you the exact moment of music cue where the sound would warp because I wear it out. I was like, right there. That's where it usually is. So every time I watch Return of the Jedi on like Disney Plus or anything, it's like I'm expecting to hear the warp, but it's like, oh no, it's not there anymore. What about you, Molly? Like, are you a lot like how Nicki came into the fandom, being married to a huge Star Wars nerd?
My story's a lot more boring, I think.
Aw.
But I know I saw the original trilogy at some point. Because like my parents had the gold VHS tape set thingy. But what I remember more clearly is just being in middle school. I was like I was very much a tomboy, and I hung out with a lot of guys in my neighborhood, and they were of course obsessed with like all nerdy stuff. So I went to see episode 1 with them, and that's kind of like how I remember getting into the prequels. But I never thought I would be talking and thinking about it every day for my job. But it's been really fun. And like when you started the channel, I was kind of like, okay, well, I don't know what I could offer to the table to help you, but if you ever need help. So I just started doing the social media stuff for the channel, and then slowly integrated myself into it so that he can never leave me because I'm a integral part of this now.
You're dependent upon her to make the channel work.
Very
awesome.
nice. Very smart.
Yeah.
Wait, so your first movie in theater, Molly, was episode 1.
Yes.
What was yours, Alex? Like in the theater?
I mean, technically the special edition for A New Hope.
Yeah,
but
that was me.
I mean, that's still pretty cool.
yeah, the Phantom Menace would have been my first, like, I've never seen this before in
Oh,
theaters.
gotcha. Okay.
Nice.
Nice. Well, yikes for me on that one. First one in the theater, episode 7.
I mean, it's not terrible.
It's not. I mean, it's a Star Wars,
Yeah.
so it
Are
works.
you guys like? I was thinking about that. Have you ever like? Oh, where am I going with this? Do you miss the waiting in lines for like your seats and stuff? Because that's the last time I ever had that kind of experience. Was like for Force Awakens, waiting for the tickets, the hype leading up to it, and then we had to wait in line from like 11 in the morning to like 7 at night for our seats because they weren't reserved seats at the time back when Force Awakens came out. Do you ever miss that?
Sometimes, because we've done a lot of like waiting in line for big movie releases, but it's kind of, I don't know, I kind of miss doing it with like a big group of people, and that's always really fun. You can talk before and then afterwards about it. But I also really like having assigned seats.
Yeah, I really liked. I mean, the last one I really remember where we did the midnight release and everything was the Dark Knight, and waiting in line. We got there really early and waited in line, and that was really fun to get ready for that. But I mean, going to see the Force Awakens was super stressful because I had the channel by then, and I was like, we got to go see this. I want to make sure it's an enjoyable time, and then we have to go home and talk about it. So I'm very, very grateful we have the assigned seats now.
Yeah. Have you guys ever been to like a premiere and it's like, you're Alex and Mollie Damon from Star Wars Explained?
Not yet.
Not like
Really?
that.
I'm
We
shocked.
Definitely, I think Rogue One, someone recognized us, and they were just like, "Oh, neat." Anyway,
Well, some of our friends like to, if they're with us for like a Star Wars movie, and we all, because we'll bring a ton of people and take up like almost a whole row. And I don't remember when it started. Maybe it was Force
it was
Awakens.
Force Awakens.
Yeah.
But one of our friends thought it would be funny to just yell, "Oh my God, is that Star Wars Explained?" Like
They said Mr. Star Wars Explained.
Mr.
Too.
Star Wars
And
Explained.
we weren't that big, so I was like, "Shut up."
But yeah, I don't think anyone recognized us. Maybe sometimes nowadays they might. I know we saw some Dragon Con people that we knew at one of the movies. Maybe it was Last Jedi. I can't remember.
Well, different story probably for Celebration, which is what we're here to talk about.
Exactly.
Right?
Thank you for segueing me into
Nice
the
segue.
conversation.
Thank you.
How excited are you guys for Celebration? Because I believe tickets recently just went on sale again.
Yeah.
Did you guys do the transfer thing? Obviously, I bet.
Yeah, we already had our tickets,
Oh, yeah.
so
Yeah.
we're not worried about getting new tickets now. We've been knowing we would go since they delayed it the first time.
Yeah.
Yes, same.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Is it the same thing where it's like a lottery system for all the panels?
I'm not sure because I remember the lottery system was introduced. What, Chicago was it?
2019, yeah.
2019. Wow, that's been that long since the last Celebration.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
So do you prefer the lottery system over the waiting in line? Because I remember you guys told me the story about how you got cut in line waiting for a panel or getting tickets to get into a panel.
Cut in line?
Yeah, I told.
That
Yeah.
was
Rude.
that was at the last one that was in Orlando.
Yeah, ours. Yeah.
Stupid Orlando.
Yeah.
That's we were in line all night long, slept on the concrete floor for
The 40th anniversary.
40th anniversary panel, and they started letting people in at whatever time it was in the morning, and we were like, "Oh, thank God." And the way that the line worked, it was just kind of weird, and like a bunch of people started rushing where they were letting people in, and eventually they stopped the line maybe like 25 people in front of us, and
Less
they were
than that.
like,
It was so close. We were like 4 or 5 people.
was it? I
Yeah.
remember it being more people than that, but they stopped the line and they were like, "Sorry guys, we're full," and sent
No.
us on our way.
No. Oh my
That's
God.
crazy.
it
How many
sucks.
celebrations have you guys been to?
Just 2.
Just those
Just
Yeah,
two?
just Orlando and Chicago.
So it's a lot like us because I think the first one after Disney took over was Anaheim, and then they went all the way to London, which obviously couldn't go to, and then Orlando was the one after that,
Yeah.
and that's the one we went to. So, what like panels are you guys like looking forward to visiting again? Like, is there anything that's like that's how I need to get into this panel, or like are you looking at the lesser ones?
Well, I kind of like the lottery system because then at least you know what you're getting into and what you can't get into,
Mhm.
and then you're not just like stuck waiting in line all day, which is I think how they wanted it to be. So I don't know, like all of the big panels, honestly, like I'm looking forward to whether or not we get in to see them live or to see them pre-recorded or whatever.
I mean, yeah, as of right now, we don't know what panels are going to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
So,
too.
like, are they going to talk about Kenobi, or is that like it comes out on the 25th? So it's like, do they spend a whole panel talking about a show that's already come out, or I don't know how they're going to handle that.
I hope they have Grogu there. If they
Just
don't
a Grogu panel.
if they don't have Grogu the puppet there, I will cry.
Is it an hour with Grogu and it's just the puppet sitting there, like
Just
doing
eating
puppet
eggs.
things, making puppet noises,
I'll pay
and you're screaming like it's the Beatles?
the money we have to see that puppet.
Oh man.
Yeah.
They could do a photo op with him. I mean,
Yeah.
like that's honestly the safest thing.
I will cry. I will cry.
It would be a lot like I remember London. There was my favorite panel that because they streamed it all for us schlubs that couldn't go. There was the one with Mark Hamill. It was like a 2-hour panel of just him telling stories on like not 2 hours, like
Just
an hour,
chilling with Mark.
just telling stories. I was like, that was awesome. Like we need to have another one like that with another like legend of Star Wars. I think that'd be pretty cool. Staying on like the Kenobi topic, like do you think they'll do like a because they used to do this for like I believe it was like Rebels and Clone Wars where they watch the first 2 episodes with like huge like group of people. Do you think they'll try to do that? Maybe like, hey, I know we debuted it the day before Celebration, but here's episode 2.
Potentially,
Yeah.
I'm like,
I think it's more likely that we'll get a sizzle reel with just a little taste of some behind the scenes stuff rather than a whole other episode. But who knows? They could surprise us.
there are 4 days, and there's usually like 2 big panels a day. Like one really big one, whether it's based off of the last one, like the Rise of Skywalker was one day, the Mandalorian was one day. Was Fallen Order a highlighted one or not? I feel like that wasn't in the main stage, but
it might have been like on
it
a
seemed
gaming
like-
one, yeah.
it seemed like there was one big panel every time. And I'm like, if there's only 4 days, how are you going to get it all in? Because there's Andor, there's the Bad Batch, there's maybe the Acolyte and Ahsoka. Like there's a lot to talk about just on Disney Plus. I bet they're probably going to talk about the next movie or something and announce other things. So I just don't know if everything is going to get its own panel, if Andor will get its own panel, or if it's going to be part of like a what's coming on Disney Plus.
Yeah, and too, like they have to worry about, I guess, like social distancing and stuff like that. So some of these might not even be panels that people can go to. They might just be in front of a camera if they do like 2 a day.
I'm kind of okay with that, but you know,
I don't know.
I don't know. I'd imagine something like Andor would have its own. What is oh god, Rogue Squadron? Is that like the next one?
That
that's
got
coming?
pushed back.
Oh Jesus!
I know both me and Alex are super bummed about that because I was like, oh my god, that
As
was
of
How
right now, it's
far?
still on the schedule for December 2023, but
Yeah.
I find that hard to believe.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
like it was supposed to be in production this year or was that last year?
Supposed to be.
It was supposed, yeah. Like I don't see them.
So is that too far out that we don't anticipate it being? talked
It's
about?
like you haven't even started shooting and it's supposed to come out next year.
Wow.
That's a stretch. So
Yeah.
I fully expect it to be pushed back again, which is a bummer because I scared you with the announcement because I was watching the announcements as they were rolling out and I was sitting on my computer like a dummy. I'm like, oh, the next movie is Rogue Squadron and you were cooking dinner. And I specifically remember you turning and going, who died? And you had a knife in your hand. I'm like,
I was like, what? What happened?
It's like, it's Rogue Squadron. So I'm bummed about that, but I can see them doing maybe like a Disney Plus panel and just trying to stuff all they can into it because Ahsoka is what, next year or the year after?
I think they're filming it this year, so it should be next year. Yeah.
year.
Maybe they are going to do, like, here's just Disney Plus, and it'll be like 2 hours long. I guess in my head, I'm like, they'll do a 1 hour panel, but maybe they're just going to have long panels.
Bundle it together, yeah.
Yeah. Rather than like piecing things out, you might as well have one full, well-rounded panel. Are there any like, I don't know, celebrity appearances that you're hoping are there that you maybe haven't seen thus far? Because I know you got to Eagle with Donald Faison.
I'm so jealous of that.
You know? But like, I mean,
Ewan McGregor's got to be there.
we breathed the same air as Daniel Logan and George Lucas when they were on that stage. That was pretty rad.
Oh, it doesn't autofocus.
It's still there, though.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, very excited to see Ewan McGregor there.
Hayden Christensen has to be there.
Oh, I would
Hayden
love
has to
it.
be there.
How depressing would it be though to do like a meet and greet and you have the plexiglass?
People have
in
done that.
between you?
I know.
They did it
I've
at
seen a lot of
Comic-Con.
people's pictures of those from like other conventions, and
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, it looks so awkward. But
I mean, it would still be cool.
People
but
got
also very
creative with
awkward.
it though too. Like they were, I can't remember. I remember seeing people do like really creative things with it. Like they made it part of their picture,
like force stuff,
something
or
like
whatever.
that. Like they made the plexi like part of it. So people will do
I'm
fun
not that
things.
creative.
Yeah,
I would make them like go back to back with me.
Yeah, that's
So-
yeah. That was
cool.
That was mostly what I
Close as
saw.
possible.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Molly, your idea is probably the best one, because then you won't have to be socially distanced. You could just be right next to Grogu. Like if
True.
I don't know if they'd let people stand that close to the $1 million puppet, but I mean,
I'll wear gloves. I'll
hazmat suit.
They're gonna have
I'll do
snipers in the
There's
rafters.
no plastic divider, but we're gonna cover you in
Oh
Teflon.
my god! Can you imagine security? If they were to do that, can you imagine the security they would have to have for that thing?
What if they like the original?
Yeah, the actual puppet for the show.
They could
Oh
just
my-
make like a replica, right?
I mean, they can tell you it's the real one.
It's Grogu,
Right.
you know.
It's just the sideshow one.
I need like the 3 puppeteers that like move his head and his arms and stuff. I need them all to be part of it.
That would be cool.
Green screen it,
wish.
like it's like, oh, you're actually like make it like an exhibit, like oh, interact with like make it like a volume, like because the volume I've seen them, they can make it like as big as this room, and like hey, meet him on wherever the temple is or on
cool.
Tatooine or something. That'd be really cool.
Aw.
I hope they have. That's something that I really would hope they would do is like experience the volume.
Hadn't thought of that, but that's a great
That would
idea.
be such a
Mhm.
great experience
That'd be
because we talked to people about this when we did this a year ago. Like we had John Roca on and we were talking about the volume, and I was the only one like so excited about it. I was like, it changes filmmaking. Why isn't anybody talking about this? So it's something I would love to just like experience as like, as a
Yeah.
creator. Just like
They did
oh,
the
this is
Vader
amazing.
Unleashed thing, right? So they could probably
Yeah.
swing it.
That's a great idea.
Mhm.
The only other thing I could think of is, and I don't think he would come, but Timothy Oliphant.
Oh, yeah.
That's like your bro crush, right?
That would be amazing if he actually came. And like, do you think he knows that he has like a pretty big fan base behind him?
I'd like to
I'd
hope
like to
so.
think so.
Would you ever cosplay as Cop Van?
Sure.
Hell
I don't know
yeah.
if I would like take the time to make the costume, but
A scarf.
yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of cosplay,
You beat me to it.
what's like your favorite cosplay that you've seen at Celebration so far?
The one that
I've
jumped
seen
into my
so
head
many.
first is the pink shorts guy,
Yeah.
the boom mic guy.
Yes.
Yes.
I remember that guy.
Yeah.
I love stuff like that where it's just I'm cosplaying as behind the scenes people. Like that's how deep we're going now.
Yeah, we're gonna see Jeans and Watch Guy from Mandalorian
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah,
Oh,
with a
yeah.
wall, carrying a wall.
Yeah,
around.
that has to be.
Yes.
Oh my god, that's gonna be
The
crazy.
kind of cosplays that make normal, regular people go, "What?" Those are pretty good.
I remember seeing Thrawn Swanson
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, that's fine.
in Chicago, which was
That's
amazing. Yes, we're big Parks and Rec fans.
At I think it was Chicago. Remember when we saw somebody who was it was like a 2-person outfit
Oh,
and it was
the,
like Borgullet?
The Buddy Rick Borgullet.
Hilarious.
Oh,
It was like some
That's fun.
guy and then some other guy behind him like on him the whole
He had
time.
like sticks, and that was,
and he just
that was
had
a lot
his
of fun.
big Borgullet arms and the
Mhm.
other guy was just like, it was hilarious.
Are you doing anything this year, Molly?
For cosplays,
Mhm.
I don't know if I'll be able
Oh.
to put something together in time.
I have faith.
Probably not.
Mhm.
And most of that's just because I'm lazy, but also we'll probably be doing a lot of work
Yeah, I
stuff
figured.
while we're there. So I don't think I'll be able to put something together in time, but
Yeah.
Okay, but
I
like
don't know.
pretend you had the time and the want. What would you do?
I mean, I would update my Dark Ray costume to be
Mhm.
like
Fair.
screen accurate.
Oh yeah,
For sure, yeah.
try to get the lightsaber that swings open.
Yeah. Yeah, I want
What?
that thing so bad.
Yeah,
That's next level.
I have 2 planned. I'm going out a lot this year because I like.
You're just gonna be sweating.
Yeah, I
all
know.
day.
I know because I remember Orlando. I had I upgraded my Resistance pilot outfit and had a new helmet and all that stuff, and I just didn't do it. I have no idea why, but yeah, you guys both follow me on TikTok. I have my Jedi tunic that I've updated.
Uh-huh.
I'm waiting for a couple of Han Solo pieces to come in. from the outfit that you see him at the very end of the movie with the black undershirt and the vest. So that's the one I'm going as. I'm just waiting on a couple pieces to come in so I can tinker with them and make sure they're as close to screen accurate as possible. So, but yeah, this should be fun. I'm gonna be sweating all day, but
yeah,
I have to.
Worth it.
It'll be worth it.
God, I love those people. Like the people that do it like super hardcore. They fascinate me. The fact that they make it all from scratch, and I'm like, oh, can I buy it on Amazon?
Those are where mine are from.
Yeah. I don't know. I respect those people to like no end.
Yeah,
It's
I wanted to get your perspective on that, Molly. Like, do you usually? Because what I've been doing, I've been going to Amazon and getting stuff, and then looking at it and piecing it together. Like, well, no, that doesn't look right. So I got like pieces from Amazon to update the under tunic.
Because like we don't sew here. I don't know how to sew.
Oh yeah, I'm the same way. I don't know how to sew. I wish I did. So yeah, I have to get pretty creative if I want to put something together.
A lot of hot glue.
Yeah,
that's okay. I do the same thing. Because like if I knew what I was doing, because like we've talked about it, like oh, what would my like dream cosplay be? One of them, I would. Oh my God, I could not even imagine how cool like a really good Enfys nest would be. Like how cool would that feel?
Yeah.
Oh man, I would
That's
love
a lot
to
of layers though.
It is a lot. Well,
and a helmet.
You know, true.
The helmet is insane. Yeah.
If only it was in like a place where it's cold. You know, Celebration Canada. Or something.
Maybe.
So you're not sweating.
Toronto. I guess you can go into Toronto.
And also Rise Ray is one of my favorite outfits.
Too. Oh yeah, the white.
Yeah. With the hood. But like Enfys nest, that'd be so cool, but I'd also be sweating my
And it'd be a lot of money too. There's so many intricate pieces to that costume. It's like I don't know how you would do it.
Also, remember that one guy? I don't know if you guys saw him in Chicago that was like he was like old Luke from Rise, but he had like this like
he put
blue,
like felt over him and he had lights on underneath it.
I was like, wow, I'm not that creative.
Oh, so he looked like Force Ghost
Luke, yeah.
Yes, I'm not that creative, and that is super cool.
Yeah.
Or there was like another thing. Oh, people with the Wilbur hood.
Yeah, I'm looking for.
Those are always fun.
Yeah, the hood parade.
Is that like a cornerstone of every celebration?
Every celebration that we've been to, I've seen it. So it's like I'm looking forward to seeing that. Just people running, the group of Wilbur hoods just running down hood.
Yeah, they do that at Dragon Con too, and they do a couple other ones. Like they started doing a Matt the Radar Technician one.
Yeah,
where there's just like a bunch of them, and they're all following like a Vader around or something.
Perfect.
I saw a video of a bunch of them run into a Leia while she was having lunch, and they're like, "Mom."
So what about like? Because I know that we didn't get into it, but I think there's like a special like exclusive merch store or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, do you guys have a favorite piece of merch that you've gotten? Like,
I think I know the answer to yours, Alex.
Yes, I bet you're right.
The shirt, right? The Lando shirt.
The Lando shirt.
Yeah,
that's
you are correct.
Oh, the gold bomber jacket that I got was so cool. The it had like 3PO and R2 on the back of it. I don't know if that was this past celebration or 2 celebrations ago.
I think it was 2017 because it's a 40th anniversary jacket. I think
so. That was the Orlando one.
Nice. I know that for a hot second, you were really wanting to go to the tattoo section.
Yeah.
Me too.
But it didn't happen. What would you be getting if you did? What would you get?
I would just get something small, like one of the
Grogu?
little tiny ones, because I wouldn't want to take up too much time and be in pain for the rest of the weekend. But something like a little tiny stylized Millennium Falcon or TIE Fighter or something would be cute.
Cute. Little Grogu action, whatever.
Get a couples one.
A little Grogu. Yes.
Force Alex.
Or big Grogu.
I wonder how many I love you. I know they've done.
Probably a million in one day.
They're probably like, we don't do those. It's outlawed. Sorry. No more.
Yeah, I think I'm tapped out on Star Wars because we both just recently got new ones.
Both Star Wars.
Both Star Wars. So yeah.
And also it probably costs much less than getting it done there.
Yeah. So yeah, we updated. I got my daughter's name and Arabesh on my arm, and you got a
and I got my most favorite quote ever. The Kanan Jarrus from Rise. I got my "In the heart of a Jedi lies her strength." My
Yeah.
favorite quote ever. So good.
That's Mollie's least favorite
Oh
quote.
boy,
I'm
let's not
sorry.
let's not revisit that one.
It's like my most favorite. He we always talk about it because we're like, oh, Freddie only gets one line, but he really goes for it.
He put some gusto into the lines. I get one line in this thing. Going for it.
But yeah, no, I can't. It would probably be like twice the price to get it done to Celebration.
Yeah, I
but
remember-
it's also all part of the experience.
I think I remember the small ones that you were talking about were around like 50 to like 75, depending on
That's
which
not
vendor
bad.
you went to.
It's
So it's
actually
not bad.
Yeah, not bad for a little small one. One of our friends actually got one on the back of his calf in Chicago, and it's a little porg wearing a beanie.
Aw.
And it is like one of the coolest tattoos I've ever seen.
Looks really good.
Adorable.
crazy.
I want to see it now. So I know that you guys have this thing where anytime you travel, it's like big Star Wars news dropping, Do you think that there's going to be any, or do you hope that is there anything that you're like, oh, I'd love to hear this announced at Celebration?
Well,
I'm hoping they announce this.
It's funny that when we found out when the first episode of Obi-Wan is dropping, we were like, oh my God, we're going to be getting off of a plane
Oh my
and
God.
just scrambling to get something together.
I mean, technically, we're flying out in the evening, and our flight even just got delayed. So now, I don't know, we might fly out the day before now. But yeah, we're going to have to wake up at 3 a.m.,
Ugh.
watch the episode, do as much as we can, and then fly and then land at midnight
Oh my God.
in California, and then go to Celebration the next day.
Yeah,
That'll be insane.
So they still found a way to make it hard for us while
But
we're traveling.
To be fair,
It's like a
we would have
trademark.
had to do that regardless, even if they did drop it on May 4th, which we thought they would. There still would have been an episode out.
Right, 'cause it's Wednesday.
Yeah. It's
yeah,
like they know.
Yeah, we're gonna try to get there as early as possible on Wednesday, just because it's my birthday. Hey,
Hey!
and we want to have at least one day of just me getting connecting with other people that they're obviously out there.
Just roaming around
maybe
aimlessly.
meet up with some family that's out there too.
Yeah, maybe.
Just for a day
Probably
before
not,
all
honestly,
the craziness happens.
because Celebration, but maybe.
Yeah, but we're gonna try to get out there. We haven't got our airplane tickets yet, but I'm probably gonna do that this weekend.
Maybe we want to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm lazy. I'm procrastinating on many things. I still haven't done my taxes, or our taxes. Sorry.
Wow, way to put us on blast.
Whoops. Whoops.
Maybe
I
we'll
haven't
do it.
finished ours either.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right,
it's
so we're on the same boat.
yeah. Self-employment is just
It's tough.
it's tough. It's so tough. It messes everything up.
Yeah,
It's
it sure
If it
does.
was just your
If it
stuff,
was just me with a normal 9 to 5,
yeah,
you know.
You have a stack of 1099s to get through.
Hmm.
you never realize how bad January is until it hits. It's like,
Mm.
oh no, that's right. I'm getting contracted. 1099s all over the place. Shoot.
No, screw that.
It's
Maybe
crazy.
we'll do
And then
this
you're
week.
always like, oh, all of them have come now. And then 2 more come the next day. And then
Yeah.
1 more comes. I'm like, who are these people?
I don't remember you.
Ugh.
Oh wait, yeah, no. Getting back on track.
The original question was, what news do we hope to see?
Oh, true.
Yeah.
And then we derailed it.
During the celebration
Mhm.
weekend, I would love any little nugget of information about the Acolyte. Anything.
hmm
I'm still hopeful that they announce some stuff. There's rumors of a High Republic, Stranger Things in Space show that they're working on. So I would love if that got announced. I think any live action High Republic stuff that I know the Acolyte is supposed to be at the end of the era, but something that is firmly in that era. I'd love to see all of those Jedi robes in live action. That'd be cool.
Some new animated show is probably in the works, and if it is, they'll announce that. That would be fun.
You never know because they dropped was it season 7 of Clone Wars on us out of nowhere? Wait, that was a thing? What happened?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
Comic-Con, right?
Yeah, I was at a Comic-Con and they're like, they released the footage at the Comic-Con. I'm like, this is fake. This doesn't look like it. And then the news started to drop. I'm like, oh, okay, it is real. Oh, I didn't think we were gonna see this.
Huh.
But yeah.
Do you guys have any panels that you're hoping to your own panels that you're hoping to have?
We submitted one, but we haven't heard back about it yet.
I don't
but-
think we're supposed to yet.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Well, maybe.
It's closer to the date,
But-
maybe.
We submitted a panel to celebrate the not the behind the scenes, the C and D list characters, because I love Biggs.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah, man.
we just figured we could give people a chance to talk about their favorite underappreciated Star Wars characters.
Did we end up going with my name for it? The
They've got it where it counts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've got it where it counts.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Adorable. What I would love to see is just you guys, maybe a couple of drinks in, Biggs versus Wedge.
Let's get into it right now. No, we're not gonna do that.
It would be fun.
I've had that debate many times.
Oh,
I know
I
how to
bet.
win it.
I bet.
That's why I don't want to do it. Because my arguments would be the same. It's like, oh, 2 Death Stars, Battle of Mexico.
But he was really cool though.
Rogue Leader. Blah, 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 blah. It'd be all the same stupid
But
arguments.
Biggs has got a
Yeah.
mustache.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alex would just
Boom.
be like mustache, mic drop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's Wedge's mustache? I rest my case.
Speaking of the mustache, I've heard that Molly just absolutely hates the mustache when you grow it out, Alex. Is that
I
true?
hate it.
I'm not a fan. He's not a fan. No one's happy except for everyone else, I guess.
Yeah, everyone else loves it. And it is fun to like
Mhm.
film stuff with it, but it's not comfortable. I do not like it.
Fun fact though, he always has me fill it in with some makeup to make it look more full.
God, do what
Yeah,
you gotta
more
do.
recently. The first time I grew it for Squadrons, it was all real. And I was like, never again. So now I'll grow it out for like a week and a half, and then Molly will just
Yeah,
fill
just
it in with
fill it in.
eyeliner. Is that what it
Yes.
is? Eyeliner?
It's like an eyebrow
Okay.
pencil, yeah.
So like when it was at like you said at first for Squadrons, like how long did that take to grow?
8 weeks?
Wow.
Yeah,
That would-
because you're in
I
the
mean,
same boat that you're like, you grow your facial hair and you're like, I hate this.
Yeah, there was a stint when I was like, I'm gonna really try this time. I'm gonna really like. I went for like, God, what was it, like 3 months,
Something
and
like
it
that.
still didn't look great. Like, I have like it grows in like maybe here. The fullest it ever grows is like my mustache, and
Yeah.
even that's not great. So like 3 months in, like it's still not looking good, and I would just sit there and play with it all day long. And you hated
Yeah,
that.
me too.
He's like
I was just-
constantly.
Yeah, same.
What is it like? Snivy
He'll like take his bottom lip and like
Just feels weird.
feel his top lip when he's, and I'm like, will you stop? You look like an idiot.
Same. Because I would always be like, what are you like hatching an evil plot with like Rocky and Bullwinkle or something? Like, damn.
Yeah, because it would look good in person, but like when we get it on camera, you can I'd be looking at the footage and like it doesn't look good.
Oh, maybe it's because I haven't filled it in.
maybe.
Maybe we should try that.
Yeah, but
Give it
I've
one more go.
given up. The last time I really tried doing it, I was like, never again. Like, at that time, I proved to myself it just doesn't work. So
I have a mustache. I have a Biggs mustache that I we did 1 year, I don't know, 2
must-
years ago?
it was last year, or
One
For Halloween.
a year or two ago, whatever. We did like a Star Wars Top Gun crossover, and I was like,
you were big.
I was basically Biggs, and I don't even, it was like a last minute idea, and we were talking to my parents, and I was like, oh, but I don't think we can pull it off because I would need to get like a mustache. And my parents like, we have a fake mustache. I'm like, why?
Her dad has a
My
full,
dad's got like a full
beard.
beard, and he's like, I have a fake mustache. I'm like,
Why?
You grow your own. Anyways, they had a real mustache, and I still have it. I glued it to my face with an Elmer's glue stick, the purple kind. It was great. It was fantastic.
It lasted 20 minutes throughout the night.
I just kept on,
Well,
See?
it was a digital get together because
Yeah,
this
we
is
had a
during
digital
COVID.
hangout.
So
but oh man, I just kept on glue all night, and then I slapped it back on, and I was Biggs, but from Top Gun Biggs.
yeah,
It was a good time.
it was
It's
great.
Goose.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were Biggs and Wedge,
Yeah.
obviously.
Big shock. I'm excited for Celebration. I
Mhm.
can't wait.
I think
I'm
like
almost like half expecting it to be like canceled because of COVID or
Hopefully
whatever.
not.
But we're so close.
I
So I still have
doubt they
hope.
would do it, but like I'm excited. Just like in the past, I've been trying to get into like panels. I've never been able to get into the big panels, but so I'd settle for like the smaller ones. Like I went to like the Cantina with who was it? Why is his name Pablo Hidalgo? He led
Oh,
this
that
panel.
guy?
Yeah, that guy. He led this panel about like all these like you would have loved it. It was all these like like minuscule like characters like in the background, like that ones that we probably have to study for now. Like this character, who plays them, and I was like, oh, this is great stuff. Great stuff to know. But
Thanks, Pablo.
but I think what I'm more excited for this year is just seeing people. Like it's been so
Yeah.
long since we've
Yeah.
seen people and like getting to know new people that I've met over the internet and reconnecting with old friends and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's basically what this whole series is about, just getting to talk to our friends again and seeing what they're excited for and stuff like that. So
yeah.
Definitely the best part, because like all the announcements and stuff, all the trailers are super fun, and it's fun to be like in that room with a bunch of strangers who are all excited about it too. And then you just go to the bar and you talk about it for 8 hours,
Exactly.
go to sleep at 3 a.m. and then do it all over again the next day.
Sounds-
Oh my gosh.
Sounds great.
Are we going to survive doing that again?
I don't know.
Probably.
we're all not getting any younger, guys. I mean,
We gotta do it while we can. We're gonna be like 50 years old doing this one day.
I'll still do it.
We gotta pick one night to go hard and
Yes.
take it easy.
Yeah. You know, it'll just take much longer to recover.
Yeah. Get it up. It's like, oh, do we want to? Let's go home.
Because I've never experienced a more. It's remarkably positive
Yeah.
at celebration. So it's also just so refreshing to go there and be around people that want to talk about it and are exciting to talk about it. You know, like I have yet to. Hope I'm like jinxing anything, knock on wood, but like I've yet to experience somebody who's like, man, the sequels suck and I hate this and I hate that. Everybody seems so positive. So it's just a really fun atmosphere to be around people that are just excited for the franchise. So I'm excited for that too. Much different than the
Yeah.
Twitter landscape, you know?
Yeah.
I would hope that no one would pay the money for the tickets to go to something like that if they were just going to be like, I hate.
You would hope. Disney era sucks. Like, bro, you gave them your money, but whatever.
Yeah, they're ultimately getting your money.
Who actually won? But yeah, I'm so excited. I can't wait. I'm really hoping that with the Book of Boba Fett, kind of hoping that we see like a really sick Cad Bane, you know? I think that'd be pretty cool.
I've already seen one on TikTok, and it
Really?
was really good. It was
And
like, whoa.
Ahsoka too. I mean, there's always been there's like Ahsoka armies, but like now that we've seen a live action Ahsoka, I think that's even
Yeah.
cooler. So yeah, I'm excited to see what comes out of all these new shows we've gotten since Chicago.
That's just kind of wild what you said, that we didn't even have the Mandalorian at the last celebration.
Yeah.
And I remember them showing the footage there and being in the room. I got to go to that panel. But I remember seeing the footage and being like,
I was too hungover to go to
Molly,
that panel.
Molly didn't go.
Was this after
Me,
the
but Zach
501st
went.
party?
Zach was hungover and he came with me.
Probably the 501st party, yeah.
Are they having
Yeah.
that again this year?
I hope so.
Yeah.
That's
Hopefully.
fun.
Yeah.
But I just remember that footage and being like, oh no, Star Wars on TV does not look good. And like they just didn't preface it with, this isn't done. Like none of this is
Oh,
done.
no.
They just said, please don't record it.
No.
And then when it was over, Jon Favreau was like, we still have a lot of work to do. Which I don't know. I was just like so scared about it. And then it all looked great in the end.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so it's just weird that we haven't seen a celebration since then.
Exactly. The last
It's
thing
a
we
whole
knew.
new
Yeah.
guys
thing.
remember-
We've gotten so much.
In the 5-way with you guys when you guys debuted. Remember that one of the first questions in round 1 was like, oh, who plays Rey in the Rise of Skywalker? Because it hadn't even come out yet.
Yeah.
Like, that's just crazy to think about. Like, I mean, even though a movie hasn't come out since then, it still feels like a lot has happened.
Well, there's a lot more stuff to talk about, though. So.
I just remember when they were like, the category is Rise of Skywalker, and everyone was like,
we haven't seen it.
But yeah, it still feels like a lot has happened, so I'm excited.
Yeah. Obviously, if you guys don't know about Star Wars Explained and you're listening to this, what are you doing?
I don't think that's possible.
It's almost impossible to not know, be a fan of Star Wars and not know the names Molly and Alex Damon.
Yeah.
So if you don't know, where can they find everything that you guys are doing on your channels and on your socials?
Our YouTube channel is called Star Wars Explained, and we have daily videos talking about all the new books and comics and series and video games and movies and whatever's just out right now or whatever we feel like talking about.
Nice.
And we're pretty much Star Wars Explained everywhere else. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. I'm at Mollie Damon on Twitter if you want to just follow me. That's not okay, secret's out. I run both social accounts, so they're both me.
Sometimes I tweet.
Sometimes Alex tweets and he's really proud of himself.
Molly will be like, you spelled this wrong and you didn't use any hashtags and you didn't tag that photo.
Oh,
Sounds a lot like me.
It's like looking in a mirror.
Sounds a lot like me. Speaking of, Nikki, where can they find you?
I do have a lot of social media, but I don't use a lot of all of them. So Twitter, you can find me at Twitter at Dimmy, DIMMMYYY.
As for me, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Drew Dimalanta, and on TikTok at Rogue Leader Drew. Having so much fun. I will be having TikTok personalities coming on very soon in the next coming episodes. Super excited for those. Just new friends. Always looking for new friends in Star Wars.
Fun.
Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. Thank you, Molly and Alex, for joining us on this episode. It was a lot of fun to connect with you guys again, and I can't wait to see you guys in person again.
I know.
It's going to be so much
so fun.
Thank you again so much for joining us on this episode of Going Rogue. Feels so glad to be back after a year hiatus of doing this podcast. So thank you again, and may the force be with you all. Always.